Okay, in this video, I want to show you how to build your network. You'll see, let's see if I can get to my profile. You'll see I'm somewhere at more than 500 connections. Oh, looks like I have more than 11,000 connections now. So this doesn't happen just by luck. And the reason I think the connections are so important is because for us to have the influence that we need to have and get the jobs that you want to have, you've got to put yourself out there. So to get more people in your network, I highly recommend having a good LinkedIn page. Now have a good picture. It doesn't have to be a professional picture. Have a nice background here. This is called a LinkedIn, let me see what it's called, LinkedIn banner. And if you use Canva, Canva has some already out here for you. You can get kind of fancy with it, but I recommend that you use a LinkedIn banner because it kind of makes you stand out, and you want to make it to where it's easy to read. It tells people right away what you're doing. And then it's kind of catchy. So with mine, you see my mission statement, inspiring each person to identify their human potential and pursue authenticity while living a life of eternal focus. So from this, I think it's very clear. I'm a Christian. I want to do business with other people so that they can see who they are and what God is calling them to do in life. Also, having your bio set up properly is good. You can get recommendations, which is helpful. Anything that you can add that shows that you are being featured is fantastic. So your activity, be active out there. I used to be much more active than I am now. I'm just busy, but part of being busy is that I was building my network. And now that I've built the network and I have a little bit of influence out there, I'm starting to get more work. So you'll see that some of the activity years ago when I first started, let me get back to my articles. A lot of it started with the LinkedIn articles, and you can do that. You don't have to even get them approved. Everybody can write LinkedIn articles. So I'll show you how to do that. But just have your profile well built. Make sure it looks clean and professional. Add any certifications that you might have. Recommendations are fantastic. Oh, looks like I have one that's pending. So we'll accept that. And just continue to add what you can out here. You can include anything that you've published. You can include your awards and so on. So to do your articles, let's see. Let me find it. Okay, so the articles are down here in your activity. You hit see all activity, then it's separated by your articles and your post. So this shows everything that I've liked, which is handy to go out and like things for other people because they'll in turn like things for you. In fact, I've worked with some organizations that that's what they do. It's like a networking group, and if you're committed to liking 20 posts a week, something like that. So I don't do it quite that rigorous, but there are certain people that I follow that I want to encourage their business, so I'll constantly like their post. Articles are right here. So as you're going through school, you have tons of great content, and I highly recommend that you write articles, at least one per class. Now, if you think back, you've done a lot of classes, so you have a lot of content. You could go ahead and start writing a lot of these different articles, and they don't have to be big. LinkedIn articles need to be somewhat short. And so this is a banner that I created on Canva. You write your article. I usually write mine in Word first, and then I copy and paste it in here and add some images to it. You want to have some images. Remember when we were everybody was looking for toilet paper. So add images that relate to whatever your article's about. In this case, this is about engaging employees during the crisis, during the COVID crisis. And so you can find these images. One of the places I like to look is unsplash.com. These are all free images that you can look at. So let's say we want to do an article on a video game. And, you know, here you go. You have some great imagery that you could put in your article on a video game. Now, let's go back to this. Keep it fairly short and sweet. It doesn't have to be super short, but remember, you want people to read this. And then at the bottom or at the top, put your contact information so that they know who wrote it and, you know, a little bit more about you and your credibility. So that's how you write your articles. If I wanted to write a new article, let me go back and I'll show you how to do that. We click articles. Oh, here we are. We're in articles. Okay, so to write an article, you just go back to your main page of LinkedIn. You don't have to be on your profile. And you see here, you can either write a post or you can write an article. And this, like I said, write it in Word first, then copy paste it right here, have a catchy headline, add your banner. You'll add some images as you go. And then when you're ready, you can hit publish. Now, if I wanted to, you know, add a lot of information, it will save it, and you can save a ton of these. So you don't even have to publish them all at once, but maybe you want to sit down on a Saturday and throw out 5, 6, 10, 12 of these articles and save them. Then just once a week or even once a day, you can publish them so that your audience is constantly seeing you do things. Now you can also do that with your posts. Posts should be short and sweet. You want to add your post just right here. I would include a photo too. So this is a friend of mine, Dr. Mrazak. He has his post going out, I think daily. And so I'm constantly liking his. He's trying to get his business up and running. And that just helps, you know, the more people that like it, the better. But you want to have a little bit of text, a nice image that catches people's attention, that looks professional. And you can do those in Canva pretty easy. Now, before you start doing articles and posting, you need an audience. So if you only have 2 people on your LinkedIn, don't waste your time. You can start building your LinkedIn articles, but don't publish them yet because you don't have anybody that's going to see them. If you go into Canva, you can even start building your LinkedIn post. So you have a LinkedIn post. So you can start building those out and save them. And then when you have enough people, you can just start like daily, or some people even do it 2 or 3 times a day, adding your information out there to show who you are and what you do in your area of expertise. So let me show you how to build your network. Go out to my network, and let's say I want to, let's see, actually, no, let's do it this way. I think I did that wrong. Okay, so let's say I'm looking for people that work for a specific company. Let's look at Xbox. Okay, and then, no, that's not really giving us the group that we want. Let's look at Apple. Yeah, so there's the company Apple. And I want, you know, maybe this is a place that you want to work at eventually. Well, they have 231,000 employees on Apple. If you click on connections, don't click first because those are people that you already have in your group, but click second and third, show results. And then you can just start connecting with people. Now after, and I don't know the number, it may be 100 people. LinkedIn will say, enough's enough, you're done for today. They won't let you connect with anymore. If you do this day after day after day, and you constantly get that message, then they'll say, are you a robot? And they may even suspend your account. So just do, you know, so many a day. I don't know the right number, but you could do 25, 50 a day, and it shouldn't cause any issues. So this is if you want to work or you want to network with people in a specific company. Now, maybe I want to work with people instead that are at, let's get this to pull up, a specific location. So I live in Colorado Springs. Maybe I want to do this. And I still want my connections to be second and third. And then I can just start connecting. Now you might be more selective. Sometimes you'll get this message where people have an extra layer of security. They want to make sure that you know who they are. So you'd have to put their email address, and I don't have that, so I skip it. You maybe want to be more selective and look at people with a specific job title. Well, then what we can do is look at, maybe I want to look at the president of companies. So this is the president of companies, second or third connection in Colorado Springs. And then I will hit connect that way. Okay. Maybe I'm looking specifically at human resources. So if they have human resources anywhere in their profile, then it should pop up. And this is handy if you're wanting to go in and do coaching and consulting with an organization, because it usually has to go through the HR department. They're usually the ones that are tasked with, go find us somebody that can do this. And so you just keep on keeping on and adding people to your network. Let's see, the other way to connect with people, if you're on your phone and you have the LinkedIn app on your phone, it's even faster to go in and you do the same process, but you don't actually have to do the two-step process. So what I mean by that is here, I'm going to hit connect and it says add a note or send. You don't even have this option on your phone. So you just hit connect, 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 and you end up with a lot of people all at once. Now, if you know specifically that you want to target this specific company for a specific job, you could reach out and add a note and say, hi, I'm in my doctorate program and I'm interested in working for your company. Please keep me in mind if you have any openings. Something like that, you could do that. If you already have looked out here on the jobs board and you have found a job that you like and you've applied to it, you could email people through that note to say, I just applied for this job. You know, if there's any information you can give me that might be helpful, I'd appreciate it. So let's look back at Apple as an example. Maybe I want to work at Apple. And maybe I want to be a genius at Apple. Notice where it has these connections. So these are people that are somehow associated with this job. So you could come in here. They're already in my first layer of influence. So I could just send them a message and let them know, hey, I just applied to this job. Can you give me a letter of recommendation or anything like that? So LinkedIn is super helpful with your networking, you know, especially during COVID where we're not going out in person to meet with people. As long as you're doing this on a consistent basis, and I'll show you Dr. Mrazak's, he is, his posts are going out. So that one was 27 minutes ago. That was 57 minutes ago. This one is 14 hours ago. 15 hours ago. So it looks like he's doing 2, maybe 3 posts a day, because here we are 1 day ago. And then, you know, use LinkedIn with all of your friends, with your colleagues, with people in your cohort at school, and then like each other's post, because that's going to help to move your post higher up in the rankings so that people can see your posts. All right, so that's my advice on networking with LinkedIn.